Good morning. I was coming back from a run yesterday and I met one of my neighbors, Louie, who just moved here from Okinawa in Japan. Had a great conversation with him about his Tesla and was getting to know him. So, what I thought I'd do today is I looked at a CMA of listings that are still active on the market in Glen Cove and ones that are pending and ones that have closed recently to see where the price trends are for both sellers and buyers. At the CMA, and let's start with the active properties. There are currently three properties in Glen Cove. 5416 Longboat Court for $480,000. Now, this listing is priced pretty well. However, it definitely needs some updating. It's got really colorful walls and red cabinets in the kitchen. That's not very neutral, and it's very cluttered. And with the market slowing down in the summer and mortgage rates a lot higher than in the spring, it's been sitting on the market for 27 days. Compared to this other listing that's under contract now at 5520 Starboard Court, it's definitely priced a little bit lower at $465,000 and needed updating as well. But as you can see, price matters because at $465,000, it was able to attract a buyer and able to get a contract. So it'll be interesting to see what this listing closes at when it does close. And now moving on to the next listing at 5420 Crow's Nest Court. This listing is vacant and it's clean. It could use some staging to make it show a little bit better, especially if it wants the top dollar that it's asking for at $525,000 at today's mortgage rates. And it's already gotten most of its buyer activity with it being on the market for 14 days. However, hopefully it'll change after Labor Day when more buyers return from their summer vacation and continue their housing search. But most families that are looking to buy a place before school starts, they've already bought. So just keep that in mind whenever you're listing a property. And finally, the third active property that's on the market is 5410 Riverboat Way, and it's looking for some top dollars at $549,900. Now, this listing, again, it could do a little better in terms of the condition. It's a little bit cluttered, so I think it could use a little bit of work in terms of getting it into top condition if you want the top dollars. Given the fact that it's been on the market for 26 days, I'm anticipating that there's going to be a price cut for this listing here. And now moving down to the pending properties, again, this was a little bit earlier in the summer, and a lot of the families, like I mentioned, that were looking to buy for school start bought. And both of these listings on home courts showed really well. They were clean, they weren't very cluttered, they had really good photos that highlighted, I think, the really bright, clean white kitchens that it had, for example. And I think it helped to get these listings sold. And this first one on Helm Court, it was priced a little bit better, so it sold a lot faster, being priced at $529,500 versus the one that was listed at $549,000. It took some time to get the right buyer to put this one under contract at $549,000. So again, I think the buyer's activity is important, but also the seller's situation in terms of when they need to sell, which could factor into what you want to price your listing at. Regardless, though, I think pricing it right makes a big difference in terms of getting it sold. Now, I think we can learn some lessons from the closed properties here, especially this one here I wanted to highlight at 5414 Leeway Court. Again, it was priced actually lower than these other two listings. And because it was priced lower, and it was actually more desirable because this is a corner unit that showed really well and it was in really good condition. But notice here that it actually closed at a higher price than this listing here at 5402 Crow's Nest Court that was listed for $555,000. That was an interior unit. And they both closed around the same time in March of this year when when mortgage rates were significantly lower in the low threes. And so again, it's my thought when I work with the seller is that we want to look at the comps in the CMA and price it right. And I would rather price it lower and get into a multi-buyer and multi-offer situation to get a higher close price. So I think that's a good lesson learned regardless of what the mortgage rate is in terms of pricing it right. And again, this one at 5469 Safe Harbor Court is actually the property that Louie bought, who I met recently, and really enjoyed talking to him and welcoming him to the neighborhood as he had moved recently with his wife and 2 kids from Okinawa, Japan. And I think there's definitely some benefits of working with a local realtor that knows the area, that can help you negotiate to get a better price. And so as you can see here, the listing that he bought at Safe Harbor was priced at $550,000, and he was able to purchase it at a reasonable price given the market conditions in May of this year at $570,000. So that concludes the CMA. Hope you enjoyed kind of this analysis. If you're a seller looking to sell in Glen Cove, I would definitely love to talk to you and go over your whys in terms of why you need to sell and looking at the current market condition in terms of what listings are in the market and what has sold recently. And if you're a buyer looking to buy, I think it's definitely important to find a realtor that knows the neighborhoods that you're looking in. And for me, it's neighborhoods like Glen Cove in Fairfax, as well as Burke, Springfield, Centerville, Clifton, the surrounding neighborhoods in Northern Virginia. So definitely give me a call if you have any questions. You can reach me at 703-216-2692 or email me at raynewoorealestate@gmail.com. And make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook and on LinkedIn. Have a great day. Bye-bye.